welcome to episode 34 of the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast. My name is Courtney. Today is Wednesday, February 10th, 2021. This is a knitting podcast where I show you guys all of my knitting and crocheting, sewing, and whatever else I happen to be working on in the last couple of weeks. And I'm coming to you from Pennsylvania, where I live with my husband and our 2 dogs and 2 cats. You can find me on Ravelry as Pup and on Instagram as Knit Now Swatch Later. We also have a Ravelry group for this podcast, which is linked in the description box below, along with links to everything else that I talk about during this episode. You can also find a link to my Etsy shop, which is whiterosefibercompany.com. So I actually have 5 finished objects to show you guys today. 2 of them are sewing, so I guess if you don't want to count those, you don't have to, because 3 is still pretty good. So I'm just going to jump right in with the knitting. Alright, so first up I have Ben's finished socks. These are just plain vanilla socks. I cast on 72 stitches for his socks, and I do I think 10 rows for the ribbing. I do a 2x2 rib for him, 40 rows for the leg, and then a heel flap and a gusset, and then I do 70 rounds for the foot, I believe. This is Barocco Comfort Sock in the colorway Fjordland, and this is where I was on this sock the last time I showed these on the podcast. And yeah, here's the other one. So he will be very excited to have these. I actually cast these on for him as my January socks because he was going through his sock drawer, I guess, and had to throw out a bunch that had holes in them. So I made him some more. They were store-bought socks that had holes in them, not hand knit socks. But yeah, so now those are done for him and he will be excited to wear them. So next up I have my Crochet Cows. Here's the first one. And this one, let's see, I think this is the one that has been kind of mostly done for a while now. I just had to do finishing touches, like put the, sew the bow on and fluff out the hair, add the tail, little things like that that were just could wait, honestly. I mean, I don't like doing little things like that, which is why I don't typically make things like this, but here we are. And then here's the second one. Here's them together so you don't think I'm lying. Here's the second one. It's the same thing, same pattern. This one's hair is a little bit longer because it didn't fluff out as much as the other one. And then the tail. So yeah, those are done. I have 2 down and 2 to go. So let's see, I have a link to those on my project page on Ravelry, or I have a link to my project page on Ravelry. That pattern is not on Ravelry. That specific pattern is not on Ravelry, at least not that I could find. It was sent to me by the person that I'm making these for. She found them on Etsy, I believe, and sent me the link to it. So I'll see if I can find the link, but I think I tried to do that before and it didn't work. But yeah, the other cow, which I will show in a minute, I also have a link to my project page, and that particular pattern is on Ravelry. So that was super confusing. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I will show that in a minute. I still have 2 more finished objects to show you guys, and then I will jump back into the crochet and knitting stuff. So I have another finished object, which I am currently wearing. It is a sewing FO, which I will stand up so you can see it. Let me see. So here it is. This is the Blackwood cardigan by Helen's Closet, which I will also link down below. It is pretty long. It has pockets And I think my favorite part is this, this pink ribbon here that you're supposed to use stabilizing tape or something, and I didn't have anything, so I found this pink sparkly ribbon in my stash that I loved and decided to use that instead so that the shoulders don't get stretchy and saggy after wearing it. So hopefully that works. I don't know. I am not a professional garment sewer, so we shall see. And then it also has a little bit of sparkle to it, which I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but it is so comfy. I love it. I wear it pretty much every time we leave the house. And for when we are not leaving the house, this cardigan, which is the same pattern. It's upside down. Hold on. This is exactly the same pattern. I just used a different fabric. It's blowing out pretty bad, but there we go. You can see it there. But yeah, it's just these really cute foxes. I picked this up at Joann. It's their anti-pill blizzard fleece, so not ideal for like cardigans, but I really wanted something fluffy and warm for around the house. So it's kind of like it's kind of like a bathrobe. Just something to wear around the house to be cozy in, and I love it. So yeah, whenever I am not wearing this one, I am typically wearing the other one. So yeah, I highly recommend that pattern. See, this one, I had the pieces cut for several months, and I like cut out all the pieces and then I started my sewing business. So it got put to the side for quite a while. And then I think on Sunday I decided, Saturday or Sunday, I was like, okay, I need to just finish this. I've been wanting it for a long time. I still want it. I'm still interested in sewing it. So I just did it. And then it must have been Saturday, because on Sunday I made that one and I finished it last night. I was kind of sewing like bits and pieces together, and once I had a cardigan shape, so it just had like this front piece and the back and the sleeves, I started wearing it around the house, but I still needed all of the like finishing bits, like the cuff and this front piece for the fox one. And so yeah, it took me a couple days to add on like the front band here, but I loved it. I loved this pattern, and the fabric and everything was awesome. Again, typically probably not a great idea to use the fleece for like a cardigan you're going to be wearing out all the time, but I loved how cozy it was for around the house, so that's what I did. Alright, so that's it for for finished objects. So moving into works in progress, I have the other cow that I mentioned earlier in one of my project bags. There's a couple of these ones left in stock if you were interested. It just has a pink with white polka dots. But anyway, here is the other cow that I'm working on. I started this little guy on Sunday, and I have a finished head. This one is going much faster than the other one, I think because everything is in one piece on this one. You start like in here for the head, and then you you start with the muzzle. You start with the muzzle right here, and you make the muzzle, and then you change colors for the head, and then the ears are separate, but you like stitch the ears to the head while you're crocheting in the round for the head. I don't know how to explain it. This is why I'm not a pattern writer, but I think this one is working out so much better, so much faster, and I'm using like regular size yarn. I think this is a sport weight. I don't have the tags in my project bag, but this is linked below, and I did put all of the yarns on my Ravelry page. So if you were interested in that, you can go ahead and look that up. that one is moving along so much faster, which is surprising because this one is using a smaller yarn and a smaller hook. But these cows were a like super bulky or regular bulky size 5 yarn and like an H hook and all of that, but everything was like individual pieces. Like I crocheted the head and the muzzle was separate and the mouth was separate and the nostrils were separate and just everything was a separate piece, and it's so aggravating to me. I hate piecing things together. I hate seaming things. I hate sewing small pieces onto other pieces. I just, not my thing. But yeah, so this one is going a lot quicker, which is good because hopefully I will have those done soon. I have been working on these since like October, so sorry. But yeah, those will be done hopefully soon. And then the next thing that I have to show is in one of my mystery bags, so I won't show you guys the inside quite yet. I have one of the Peter Pan bags in stock, and then I have one more Alice in Wonderland one that is still in transit, so I don't want to reveal it just yet, but I will show you guys. This is the Progress Keeper that I kept. One of them, the charms that I ordered had like an uneven number, so I kept a few of them. Just the ones that didn't match in the set. But so here is my Felix pullover. It's kind of a hot mess right now. Hold please. Alright, so here we are. It's you can see my cord. I'm working on the sleeves 2 at a time, so that's why there's that huge cord in the middle. And then this is where I was the last time I showed it on the podcast. I have my little March Hare Progress Keeper, which I love so much. I don't know if you can see the detail on there. He's backwards, but I love it, and his little pocket watch. Anyway, so I knit all the way down, did the ribbing, bound off the body, and then I just have the sleeves to go. So here's where I picked up the sleeves. I was too lazy to take out my yarn that I was holding the stitches on, so, but a good progress keeper for the podcast. So there we go. Hopefully I will have this done soon. I had been focusing on Ben's socks and the cows. So since I'm making pretty good progress with the cows and his socks are done, hopefully I will be able to finish that very, very soon. My next work in progress is in this pig bag that my sister-in-law, I gotta hold it back here so it doesn't get blown out. My sister-in-law got me for my birthday last year or the year before, I don't remember. But I love it, and I have this Progress Keeper on the zipper from Sassenach Yarn Company that I also love. Let me talk about the yarn first. This is Lizzie Ann Yarns in the Christmas with the Gilmores colorway. This was her Christmas Eve Advent color. Christmas Eve Advent color for 2020. And this was my pumpkin spice latte sock that I just decided. I cast it on Christmas Eve, and it is now February 10th, and I had just gotten to the heel on like Sunday, and then I knit the heel, turned it, and I was not even finished with the gusset stitches when I was like, you know what? I hate this. I don't look forward to knitting this every night. I'm not a cable person. I don't know why. I insist on trying socks with cables. They don't work for me. I don't like them. And I also forgot to change to the contrast color for the heel, which is this really pretty pink. So I just decided to frog it last night and cast on something else. So I cast on the Morning Coffee Socks by Kay Litton. and it's hard to, I don't know why it's blowing out so close, so, but here it is. I love this yarn, and I love this pattern. This is the second time I have knit this pattern. It's just a very simple knit purl texture, which is exactly what I need right now. And like I said, I cast this on last night, and I have maybe 12 more rows of the leg before I put in the heels. So I definitely think that I'm still on track for having these be finished as my February socks, but we shall see. But yeah, I think I should be able to finish the heel tonight, at least the heel flap, and maybe I'll do the turn and the gusset and all that tomorrow. But yeah, so there's that. This year I am just really trying to, I already am working on these cows that I don't really like. I'm not enjoying. I'm not a stuffed animal person. I'm only making them because my friend asked me to for her friend. So yeah, I'm already not crazy for those. So anything else that I'm not enjoying, I'm not doing it this year. So I ripped those socks out and moved on to something that I am really, really enjoying. So the lesson here is that life's too short to work on things that you don't want to. So that's it for works in progress. So moving into books, I finished The Bone Witch by Chupeco, which I don't remember if I had finished it last week. I know I talked about it last podcast, but I finished it. I will not be continuing the series. Like I said before, it was a decent book. I just don't think it was my type of book. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. At the end of the book, I just decided that I didn't care enough to continue the series, so I didn't. I started reading Birthmarked by Caragh M. O'Brien, which I think is how you say that, which was recommended to me by a viewer, so thank you so much for recommending that because I loved it. I finished it and it was really good. I put the second book in that series on hold at the library, so hopefully I will be able to pick that up soon. And I started Unsouled, which is the third book of the Unwind Dystology, which I am also very much enjoying. And that's pretty much it for books. I am way ahead of my goal, of my reading goal on Goodreads. I think my goal was 25 books in 2021, and I'm already on book like 5, so not too bad. And then that's it for books. So moving into the chat segment, I started watching Bridgerton, which is like the big thing to be watching right now, and I really enjoyed it. I watched the first 4 episodes in one day, and then I watched the last like 3 2 days later. I watched one episode in the middle there, and then the last like 3. So it was really good, although not super great for watching with your family. I would not recommend that, but it was really good. If you like period pieces, it was very well done, and I don't know a whole lot about the historical accuracy part of it, but I really enjoyed it. It was a good show for me to just sit down and watch and work on some cows. So I really enjoyed that. And I just started Firefly Lane, which I'm only on the 2nd episode, and it's okay. I really like Katherine Heigl, so I'm gonna stick with it for a little bit longer, but if it doesn't get good soon, I'm going to watch something else. So that's pretty much all that has been going on around here. I'm working on bags for my next update, which will be in a few weeks here. And I have a couple of bags I'm working on for upcoming donations and giveaway bags, things like that. So keep an eye out for that stuff. I have really been wanting to sew a dress. I have some fabric that I showed you guys a long time ago in my fabric unboxing on YouTube, It's like a mauve color. And I think I want to try tackling a dress. I don't know when I will get to that, but that's kind of next thing on my sewing list. One of my goals this year was to finish my Blackwood cardigan, which I did. And I made another one, so bonus points. And then I also wanted to sew another big project, which I would think that a dress would be considered a big project. I don't know. And the only other like exciting thing that's happened lately is I went dress shopping with my sister-in-law, who is getting married this year, and I'm her maid of honor. And we were shopping for bridesmaid dresses, and I found one at Boscov's for $10. So I bought it, and that's pretty much the most exciting thing that's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out a new episode every 2 weeks, so until next time, happy knitting. Bye!